Sam Barber, unfortunately, your team wasn't able to wrestle this past weekend. Southern schedule canceled, but that's the environment we're living in now with COVID-19. But there were some bright spots.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was definitely disappointing for us, to lose that competition. But I think we'll talk a little bit about that in this interview later. But it's the environment we're in right now. But so I think we talked about last year, like the circumstances won't be bigger than our goals or our mission, and we're kind of back to that. And it's a mindset I don't think we'll ever lose in our program. But again, it's just a strong reminder that in this environment, that's kind of the way you got to operate. So a few guys were able to go down there and wrestle unattached. Proud of those guys. Being committed to their goals and spending their own money, their own resource, their own time, making it happen. So Sidney Flores went out and competed hard, and Cody Fippen got on the mat and was 2-2 and made some strides. Wyatt Hendrickson had a great tournament. He ended up winning the tournament. I think 3 pins, a tech fall, and a major decision. So that's pretty impressive. The Southern Scuffle is one of the premier tournaments in the country. To go out there and get 5 bonus point victories on some of the, I think 3 of those guys were national ranked. So he won it, got Outstanding Wrestler and the Gregarian Award, which is the award for most amount of pins in the least amount of time. So proud of Wyatt, and it's, again, he had some adversity to overcome as well. So for him to go up, compete the way he competed, looking forward to having him back and excited about what lies ahead for him as far as Big 12s and NCAAs. I think he can, as good as he wants to be, that's for sure. He's a special guy.
Do you feel like you have to adapt almost daily because some wrestlers suddenly test positive, can't wrestle anymore, so you have to adapt and move people around to even get a practice in?
Yeah, I think it's going to be that environment. Not only us, you're watching the national landscape, right? So, I think Arizona State and Michigan were supposed to have a dual meet yesterday, and hours before they had to make an adjustment to it, right? So it's going to be the landscape. We're going to be dealing with that for a little bit, but we're adaptable, we're resilient. We can, that's what we're training to do, right? For these guys with future leaders. So this environment, in a lot of ways, as much as it's uncomfortable, it's made for us. And the good thing about when you're uncomfortable, that means you're growing, right? So, appreciative of our administration and Mr. Pine. Once we lost the Southern Scuffle, he allowed us to kind of hustle. We actually had a weekend off scheduled for this upcoming weekend, but we were able to find a competition. So headed to Pennsylvania to wrestle in the F&M Open. Appreciative of those guys, with Coach Rogers and Jeff Boyer, who's run that tournament. They had to move some things around to let us get in. So looking forward to taking 15 guys to the East Coast to compete. It's going to be a good tournament. It's going to be a big tournament. 1,500, I think 400 wrestlers. I'm going to see Army and Navy. So excited to see those guys. I haven't seen those all year. We're going to see a lot of teams that we really weren't planning to see. We thought we were going to be looking at a Big 12 schedule the rest of the way out. So really excited about that opportunity. We know it's going to be day to day, hour to hour, but it's Tuesday and things are looking good. And, we think we're headed to Pennsylvania on Thursday.
Yeah, that's a good attitude. Talk to me, though, because does the tournament, I know it's not a Big 12 tournament, but doesn't that help just because your wrestlers are going to have to wrestle more than once and just go at it as hard for a complete day? Does that help them prepare more for that rest of that Big 12 schedule?
Well, I think, again, like there's a criteria and there's a system set up to earn national qualification spots for the Big 12 conference. And one of those criteria is matches, like getting 15 matches in. And we have guys that are in that 6, 7, 8 match range, so going, Wyatt's at 5. So going out and getting 4 to 6 matches on this weekend really helps with that. There's an RPI component to it, so who you wrestle, seeing different conferences, different guys is important too. And then there's also a coach's ranking, right? So when getting to see different guys from different conferences and being seen by other coaches and having an opportunity to wrestle ranked wrestlers and having our guys compete in that environment. So there's nothing but positives that are going to come out of that opportunity. We're going to get more matches. We're going to see wrestlers from different conferences. We're going to see national ranked guys. So our match count's going to go up. Our RPI is going to increase. And, I think our guys are going to compete well and put themselves, in the coaches' ranking. So it's positive all around.
Yeah, it should be fun. At least you get to wrestle this weekend. That's great news. Sam Barber, thanks for the time. Good luck.
Appreciate it. Thanks.